Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and this is an episode of Spirit Walk rather than Spirit Drive. And in this episode I'm going to be talking about being a loving badass. And so in this video, I thought I would do something different. So I've done Spirit Drive, but I thought Spirit Walk would be pretty good as well too. So of course, as the title suggests, talking about being a loving badass. Well, what the heck does that mean? Well, for the longest time, we've always cherished the idea of calling somebody a badass. It's the most epic title you can ever be called. Shows you have strength, shows that you're fearless, shows that you're mighty, shows that nothing can get in your way. Basically represents that you're unstoppable. But the whole idea about how the badass is portrayed, often in films and TV shows, etc., is that they have to get angry, they have to get vengeful, they have to be rebellious in a very dirty or violent sense. In actuality, that's not a badass at all. That shows that person has great vulnerability. He cannot or she cannot put up with behaviors from people, and so there has to be retribution. There has to be a fight. There has to be revenge. That's not badass. What is truly badass is when a person commits to love, when they commit to happiness, when they commit to joy, because now they are truly unfazed. As they are truly unfazed, that means that nothing can get them down. They can be in front of the most toxic person imaginable and still love them, and still bring happiness, radiate that joy out of them. That's badass. You are unfazed by the toxicity of the world. You are unfazed by someone judging you or ridiculing you. You are unfazed by being blamed. And you are so in love, you are so happy, you don't point the finger at anybody. You don't point the finger at yourself. This is showing that you're as badass gets. So maybe it's time that we revamped that meaning as it represents the badass, right? If you are loving, if you are happy, if you are joyful to such a higher degree, you're untouchable, you're unstoppable. Nothing gets in your way. You knock down all toxic barricades. You knock down all emotional conflicts. It's pretty badass, right? So, are you being a loving badass, right? Or are we getting into the old-fashioned toxic style badass? Because that's not a badass. Maybe that's just an ass, I don't know. But I feel that this was important because in our society, whenever you're saying, you know, you're a rock star, you're a badass, it's just representing that you are resilient, that you are strong, that you are unstoppable, that nothing gets in your way. But it's just being able to reapply that term, more so in a loving nature, because that's where our civilization is going. People are starting to see how much they appreciate others, or even themselves, when they move into that higher, loving state where, again, nothing phases you. You can be in front of total chaos. Everything that is horrifying can be right before you, and you're imperturbable. You have equanimity. And when you demonstrate successfully those traits, it's as badass as it gets. I'm not even quite there yet myself. I'm still going through little bits of challenges, still clearing out some toxicity as well too. But that's what we can all align to, is if we're willing to work upon ourselves every day. It's not about having to be perfect, just realizing that you're up for the challenge. You're up for the challenge to be this loving badass, to be this unstoppable, happy, joyful person, and being able to help others. If we see others in peril, then what we're going to do is we're going to help them, we're going to assist them, We want to embrace them with a hug. We want to feed them this beautiful joy, this beautiful happiness that we are experiencing. There is nothing more amazing than that. Because you see that through all life's curveballs, whatever life throws at us, we got a smile on our face. We're chuckling, we're giggling, we're laughing. We don't lose that smile. We don't lose that smile in the form of chaos because we are in a state of beingness. We let Spirit take care of everything that we need, everything that we require. We follow a path of decision. That path is laid out by Spirit. All you have to do is trust your intuition, trust your inner self, and walk that path. And as you do that, you're a loving badass. And that is the true badassery. That is where you are on top of the highest levels of courage, of strength, of untouchableness, really. So, why not align to that? And why not make this the new version of what a badass is? Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck, and of course check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.